Hi, everyone. My name is Esther Roche, and thank you for joining us for NESTco's summer webinar. We have a series of webinars that we are going to be doing every 2 weeks on Wednesdays at noon, and this is the first one. We are going to be talking about specifically youth engagement in the summer and different resources to help support your family. So again, my name is Esther. I am a community school coordinator with the Office of Children and Families that serves Hamilton Distance School located in Tacony in the lower northeast. With us today is also Christine Teresi. She is a social worker with Catholic Social Services. She works in the Northeast Family Services Center. She will be on the chat right now, providing links, answering questions, and later on you'll hear from her. She'll go a little more into detail about both what CSS does and other resources for families that you can find in Philadelphia, and just in general resources for having conversations with your children and what to do with them over the summer. Both of us, through our agencies, are members of NESTco, which is the Northeast Service Team that is hosting these webinars. They put this together. They brought us together for this first webinar. They're going to bring lots of different organizations to help provide you with resources as we continue. You can always check them out on Facebook and on their website to get more information about all of the different services, especially throughout the city, but especially the ones that serve the Northeast region of Philadelphia. So specifically for today, this webinar, we're going to first touch on the summer slide, look at some of the different city resources, their finders for different things and how to navigate those finders, community-based resources, and other suggestions in general for engaging your children over the summer, and also discussing with them what is going on, because as you know, there's a lot with COVID, with a lot of conversations around racial injustice that you might need support in when having these conversations, or providing just general resources for your family. So first, I'd like to talk about the summer slide. This is a term that is used to describe what happens to students over the summer when they are not in school. Now, this is going to be a more profound effect this year due to COVID-19. As you all know, school has not been in physical session since March. And the transition to virtual learning, although it happened at varying degrees throughout charter schools, parochial schools, and district schools, was a learning process for everyone. Therefore, students may not have gotten the typical academic engagement that they normally would get. So by the time students return in September, it might be 5 months, and depending on how things go, it might not be a traditional school year. So the summer slide this time around may be more profound. Overall, in the summer, students can lose up to 2 months of reading and over 2.5 months of math. It's mostly due to the fact that they are no longer practicing the skills that they would normally practice in a school. Due to this, schools need to spend up to 6 weeks reteaching old materials. One of the best and easiest ways to avoid the pitfalls of the summer slide, is to keep kids reading throughout the summer, 15 to 20 minutes every day. And there are a few resources here in Philadelphia that can help support with that. The first one is through the Free Library, their Summer of Wonder program. They have been doing the summer reading program for a very long time, and COVID is not going to stop it this time around. It is completely virtual, so students their parents can sign up for any ages, kids, preschool all the way up to adult. Sign up online to join the Summer of Wonder and participate in these activities. They will earn badges by logging their reading, how much time or what books. They can write reviews of the books, which is a great way to keep some of our older students engaged and keeping them with their writing skills. But there are also different programs that the library is putting online. So I'm actually going to show you guys real quickly how you sign up for that. Here we go. So you would go to the freelibrary.org. You're going to look for Summer of Wonder and sign up. When you're going to register, they're going to bring you to this page. If you are registering yourself as an adult, you would click here, registering a child. You would fill out this form. After you fill out this form, you're going to start receiving emails from the free library. And let me show you what it would look for. So my son is actually on here. So there are challenges. So he is on the children. He can write reviews. He can earn badges. This is his reading log. So what books he's read, wish lists, and as he adds things, there'll be recommendations for him based on his age. So you can get this book by checking them out. So if you have a free library card, you'll be able to check out books. They also give you access to a Google Drive folder with a lot of their activities. So here's one example of an activity that they are recommending for students to do. But the best part about this is that not only do they have these just in this drive, through Facebook Live, the free library will actually have videos on how to do these things. They have different story hours, and you can check all of those things out on the free library's page of virtual programming. So here you can see all the different story hours, and they'll also post all of their workshops. So I highly recommend following the free library's Facebook page, also following different branches, because each branch will have their different events that they're hosting. So that is with our free library. There's also the Read to Succeed summer program. This program is for pre-K to students going into 4th grade. Every student that is registered for this will receive a kit that includes 5 literacy books and some other activities and supplies. They're either you can pick that up or it'll be mailed to you. All of the lessons are going to be through Google Classroom. Many of the students are used to this if you attend the School District of Philadelphia. So I can show you. This is their registration. Again, we're going to be putting all of these links in our comments. We're also going to have just a doc with everything so that you can access it. So you would fill this out. They tell you the different weeks. You would pick what times you're available to do the online virtual class for this program and all of the information to fill out. Moving on, the City of Philadelphia has different programs and finders that you can use. So Christine will definitely go into the Philadelphia Parks and Rec during her portion of the presentation, what's going on with the playgrounds and the spray grounds and their day camp program. I would like to show you guys the actual Parks and Rec finder. So we have, this is a Parks and Rec finder, and I filtered it by the summer camps. So these are all of the different summer camps that the Parks and Rec is operating. You can zoom in and find where you're at and pick a location. All of these you'll have to contact directly to see if they have any space available. But for instance, if you click on one of the places, you'll get more information. So this program does have a cost to it associated with it. Gives you the program details and the contact information. I'll show you another example. So right here, same thing, total cost, the ages, all of that information. So that's the city's rec. The Office of Children and Families with the city also has two programs. They run the out of school time camps and Work Ready. Christine will also touch more on what these programs are and what they offer. But they have also put a program locator. And this program locator has both out of school time activities, so that is OST through the Office of Children and Families, but also all of the partners with after school partnerships, activities partnerships, which is a nonprofit that brings different Philadelphia organizations together. So let me show you their finder. So here, just to tell you, you will have to filter it by summer because they do have listed their school year programs, which have ended. So you want to make sure you select program term summer so that you can see the different summer programs. If you are looking for something that is completely remote, so that means virtual, you would click yes on remote. If you're looking for something that is not remote, you would select no, and they're going to show you the programs that have on-site. You can also filter by zip code, grades, grade band, age band, so that you have a better idea. If there is a fee associated, sorry, the other one is focus area that I want to show you because they have different focus areas that if you know you want an academic program, if you're looking for more arts and culture, all of these different filters are here. So this is a great resource. ASAP, which is the After School Activities Partnership, is adding more partners as they update their profiles. So this can be ongoing for the whole summer. The City of Philadelphia also has a website for finding the meal distribution sites. So again, very similar looking. Here they designate the different food sites with a color code. And they explain what these are. So food sites, a general food site that is run by the city, any resident can get it. You get a box per household. There are student meal sites. These are meals specifically through the school meal program, and they have all of the different associated programs here in red, senior and outdoor meal sites. Again, this will be continuously updated throughout the summer, so it's always a great access to have. You put your address in here, 6801. I'll put the street that I work at, Cottage Street, and they're going to show what is nearby. So we've got a student meal site and two regular food sites, Vogue and Feast of Justice. So it's as easy as that. You put your address in and they'll list ones that are in your area. Now, talking about community-based organizations, I'm going to turn it over to Christine. She has done a great job explaining both Catholic Social Services and other resources that you can use. So just give me 1 second. Cue her up.
Good afternoon, families, friends, and guests. My name is Christine Teresi, and I'm one of the social workers and parent educators with the Catholic Social Services Northeast Family Service Center. Located on 7340 Jackson Street in the Mayfair neighborhood of the Northeast Philadelphia community, we provide support and resources for families with young children, like prenatal and postnatal classes to help families learn about what to expect during the gestational period and the first year of life. Other types of parenting classes focused on stress relief and peaceful parenting tactics that teach parents how to manage difficult behaviors without corporal punishment, and physical resources families need, like food, diapers, wipes, baby clothes, formula, and referrals for free car seats and cribs for families who qualify. At NEFSC, we also provide an out-of-school time program where families can send their school-aged children to our after-school program until 6 p.m. each weeknight during school time, and camp during the summer months, where families can register their children to come to our site for full-day programming, which supports working parents and caregivers, benefits children's academic, social, and personal development, and provides a safe place for kids to come that keeps them off the streets and avoiding high-risk behaviors. The out-of-school time program is available at a variety of different locations besides just the Northeast Family Service Center, and families with questions about OST locations and availability can email ost@phila.gov or call 215-683-5638 for more information. And I'd be happy to put those links and contact information in the chat while we're recording here. There are a number of other family service centers funded by Catholic Social Services and the Archdiocese of Philadelphia located around the city of Philadelphia that provide the same services and resources as we do at the Northeast Family Service Center, including emergency assistance like clothing cupboards and food pantries, rent or utility bill assistance, housing referrals, and case management. Adults benefit from employment training, ESL classes, GED preparation, and job placement assistance. All core services, with the exception of counseling, are provided at these family service centers. The Southwest Family Service Center serves children each day in an after-school program and also offers parenting, education, and pregnancy programs, as well as recreational programs for older adults. In addition, we have Casa del Carmen, which is down in the North Philadelphia location. They were founded in 1954 to serve the growing number of Latino immigrants settling in North Philadelphia. Services have expanded to meet the changing composition and needs of the city's Latinos and other immigrant communities. CASA offers counseling and family support services with bilingual therapists and case managers, summer camp programs, and after-school academic enrichment and recreational opportunities for local youth. CASA also has a daycare center which provides low-income households with affordable childcare in a safe and caring environment, educational environment. There's also Bucks County. The Bucks County Family Service Center is located in St. Michael's Convent at 100 Levittown Parkway, and partnerships with county governmental agencies resulted in additional programs for pregnant women and for mothers of young children and other adults about to enter or recently placed in nursing homes. We also have Chester County. While there is no longer a comprehensive family service center in Chester County, Catholic Social Services financially supports the efforts of St. Agnes Parish in Westchester and St. Rocco Parish in Oxford. Then we have Delaware and Montgomery County. So the Delaware County Service Center is 130 East 7th Street, Chester, Pennsylvania. And I'm happy to put any of these addresses in the chat if needed. The full range of core services is available, including services to the Latino population through bilingual staff. The Family Service Center in Chester has contracts through which services are provided to the community. These contracts are with the Office of Adult Services in Delaware County, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. The programs funded focus on persons with AIDS who are in need of housing and programs to provide counseling and case management services to homeless individuals and families. And then lastly, Montgomery County. This Montgomery County Service Center is located at 353 East Johnson Highway, Norristown, Pennsylvania. And the full range of core services is available at the Norristown location as well. A full-service food cupboard offers free groceries, and educational and social support groups for the elderly are offered on site. So each of our service centers has kind of its own special little twist, but in general they offer the same core services for families and the community. Okay, so moving on, I wanted to discuss just some basic places to get basic needs met during, this really this time during the pandemic. So free food and meal sites for families. The city and its partners are paying particular attention to food access during COVID-19 and throughout the summer. There are hundreds of locations offering free, nutritious food and meals across the city. So I'm going to put in the chat the link for finding a food or meal site near you so that you can put in your own zip code and your own location, and you can figure out where is closest. City-supported food and meal pickup sites will continue operating throughout the summer, offering free food boxes and senior meals. Most School District of Philadelphia student meal sites will continue operating throughout the summer. So I know at our location we have on Mondays and Wednesdays, I believe, from 9 to 12, you can come and pick up. It's like 2 boxes of lunch boxes and breakfasts as well for any school-age child under 18 in your home, and you just have to show up. And I will also link in the comments so you can find more information on hours, locations, and eligibility. So in keeping with the theme of summer programming for children and families, I wanted to add that the School District of Philadelphia recorded their virtual summer programming fair, which was actually aired on the 17th of this month, but it's available on their YouTube channel, and I will put the link in the comments for anyone who's interested so you can see what they offer for the summer. Additional summer resources and options for kids. The Office of Children and Families out of school time, like we talked about above, summer programs will be virtual with some in-person components. The city is working with OST providers to help create in-person activities that will allow for safety, fun, and enrichment for children, while also taking all precautions to prevent transmission of COVID. Programming will focus on OST goals of literacy, career awareness, physical and social, as well as emotional health. Online activities will include read aloud videos and literacy supports, virtual college and industry tours, dance and martial arts, and mindfulness and meditation practices. So that'll be, for all ages. You can kind of check it out and see what works for you. So then there's a number of free, low-cost summer fun opportunities for families in Philly. I'll just go through them quickly, and I will put the links in comments. So Art Reach through Access Philly has $2 admission tickets for families with an Access card. So if you have an Access card, you are eligible for this. To dozens of museums, gardens, and live shows in Philadelphia. And I will put the link so you can see the participating museums and theaters, and the link for more info. The NJ Aquarium has free admission for 2 to 5-year-olds. You can sign up at a link that I will also include for free admission for that. The Smith Memorial Playground and Playhouse. So Smith's huge playground and beautiful playhouse in East Fairmount Park is open for free to children 10 years and younger and their adult caregivers for unstructured physical and imaginative play, weekly story time, monthly arts and crafts sessions, and several special kids celebrations throughout the year. For more information, including visiting hours, directions, and how to schedule a group visit or birthday party, you can contact Smith at 215-765-4325, and I can put that number in the chat as well. And they also have a website, smithkidsplayplace.org. Okay, so Nature Philadelphia, there's parks and outdoor events near you. If you go to naturephl.org, which I'll add in the comments, myphillypark.org has info on all of the amazing Philadelphia parks, events, and park maps, so you can get out and explore Philly parks. So there will also be a Kids Bowl free summer program. So for those that are interested in bowling, they have 2 free games for kids every day, all summer long, late spring to early fall at the following bowling alleys. So you just have to register below at participating lanes. The website is www.kidsbowlfree.com, and I'll put that in the links. So they have Erie Lanes, which is 1310 East Erie Ave in North Philly, South Bowl, which is 19 East Oregon Ave in South Philly, Thunderbird Lanes in Northeast Philly, and Thunderbird Lanes also in Northeast Philly on Castor Ave and Holm Ave. And they have like 15 and under and 16 and under age requirements. Okay, Planet Fitness has free summer membership for 15 to 18-year-olds. Obviously, we're gonna. I don't think Planet Fitness is open at this time. I think a lot of gyms are still closed, but depending on when things open, from May 15th to September 1st, teens 15 to 18 can work out at Planet Fitness for free, and I can put the link in the comments as well for that. Okay, moving on. So Stamp Museum Pass for high school students. You can click on this link that I will put in the comments to have your high school students sign up for a free stamp pass to museums, gardens, zoos, etc. in Philadelphia. It's just phillystamppass.org. Okay, so moving on. I know this is a lot of information, but everything will be linked and added and also emailed out if requested. The various spray grounds and pools, so the Parks and Recreation spray grounds will open on a rolling basis starting on July 6th. Spray grounds will be staffed and restricted to 25 people, remaining at least 6 feet apart, and they will have evening and weekend hours. City-run public pools will not open this summer. Pools will be closed, but we know staying cool is a priority in the summer months, so the city is actively working on ways to keep residents cool and safe this summer, and you can check back for updates on the city's summer cooling plan. There is a blog post that will be updated regularly about keeping people cool and getting wet in the summer, so I can post the link for their blog post. Playgrounds are open for children and their caregivers under the city's Safer at Home order. So no group sports or group recreation visits are allowed, but playground equipment may be reserved for campers from 9 to 3 on weekdays starting July 6th. And residents can visit phila.gov/parks and recreation to learn about the playground hours. Okay, so moving on, there's also a bunch of summer jobs for youth and young adults. Work Ready provides paid summer jobs and work experience for Philadelphia youth 12 to 24 years old. This year, Work Ready is offering a paid digital experience to thousands of youth with a focus on recruiting youth in the juvenile justice system and Operation Pinpoint areas. So the Work Ready summer digital experiences will be in these categories: digital career exposure, so learning about various career opportunities leading to the implementation of a career plan; financial literacy, learn how money is earned, spent, and saved, and how to use financial resources; digital literacy and brand identity, learning how to use, share, and contribute to information through digital technologies. And the deadline to apply is June 30th, so that's soon, at workready.org. So if you're interested in that, please, let us know. I can send the link in the chat. In addition, Work Ready at Parks and Recreation expects to hire over 280 youth and young adults ages 16 to 24 through the PA Department of Labor and Industries state and local internship program managed by Philadelphia Works and Philadelphia Youth Network. There's a lot of other volunteer and job opportunities for teens, so I will be listing those in the chat, putting those links down. So like job and career training, trade programs, Job Corps, Do Something, Greater Philadelphia Cares, Serve Philadelphia, Teens for Good, Zoo Crew, Build On. So if you have a teenager and you need something to do for them this summer, we have lots of resources for them. Okay, moving on. So, throughout these past few months and continuing on into this summer, families have been and will continue to be experiencing new challenges because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the resulting quarantine, as well as the challenges of dealing with the continued civil unrest because of the rampant racism and police brutality experienced in this country. Having young children during this time who need information and answers about these complex issues can be incredibly challenging for parents who are struggling to grapple with these issues themselves. So I wanted to briefly share some resources about community safety and managing these discussions with your families through resources offered by the city. So pandemic parenting resources, one of the greatest resources that I've found is the CORA, CORA Family Resource Line, which is their phone number 215-342-7660, which I can add in the chat, or email caring@coraservices.org. So the word caring at CORA, CORA services.org. And they provide academic support, parent consultation, so helping parents with managing new behaviors while your children are home that you want help addressing properly, getting a counselor's advice, how to talk to them about the issues that are, confronting them and you as a family during this time. They also provide community resources, so additional help accessing basic needs, and early childhood support, so concerns regarding the development of your 3 to 5 year old. If you have a question about how to support your child as they transition to kindergarten, let our early education specialists assist you. Additionally, another resource that I found to be really, really helpful during this time is CAP for Kids. So CAP, the number 4 kids, and the website is www.cap4kids.org/Philadelphia. So they provide jobs that are available during COVID. They're a listing of essential jobs, free testing sites for COVID, and then all COVID-related resources as well. So helping your infant or toddler learn at home, child protective services if you suspect abuse or are worried about your own stress potentially affecting your parenting, and also free mindfulness and meditation resources, which can be really, really helpful in dealing with any of the issues that we're encountering, whether it be this, the racism and civil unrest, or just the stress from COVID and the surrounding issues. Doing mindfulness and meditation with your child can be a really good way to help calm them. And if someone you know is in an abusive relationship and stuck inside with their partner, or unable to get out or get a lot of resources to help them, they also have abusive relationship resources on the CAP for Kids website. I really suggest that all parents check out the CAP for Kids website. They have so many wonderful resources, parenting handouts, things to do with your kids at home, all kinds of great stuff. They also have free food sites and all kinds of support and resources. So for community safety, the Office of Violence Prevention will continue to support grassroots anti-violence efforts during the summer months through targeted community investment grants. So these are focused on promoting education and mentorship, addressing health and wellness, sustaining safe neighborhoods, and providing job-related skill building. And the Community Crisis Intervention Program, CCIP, which is through the Office of Violence Prevention. Those teams will continue working in communities, assisting those in need with alternatives to violence and providing connections to services and supports. And you can stay tuned for more summer safety updates from the Office of Violence Prevention. Once again, all of these links will be added in the chat. Okay, lastly, I just wanted to go through a quick little resource I found about talking about COVID with kids. So this is from a really wonderful website called futureswithoutviolence.org. They have a number of different resources for talking about things with kids, whatever issues you feel you need to discuss with your children. And I will put the link in the chat. It's through pbs.org. So they offer a number of wonderful resources for discussing the issues we're dealing with in our communities and on a global scale during this time. And I'm going to be sharing a discussion a parent had with her children that can be used as a model for how to share these things with young children in an age and developmental stage appropriate manner. So this mom says, first, I shared age-appropriate facts and corrected misinformation. So a lot of the problems with kids learning about these really big issues is that they will often receive incorrect information from friends or classmates. And because, often when kids are young, you want to keep it simple, right? So nothing too challenging for their developmental stage. Basically saying stuff like, what it's like to have a cold or the flu, how sometimes you get a cough or have a fever. This is kind of like that. Most people who catch this sickness stay home, they rest, and they get all better. And we have wonderful doctors and nurses who can help people when they need it. Secondly, this parent reassured her children that they are safe, which is really the most important message that all kids need to hear. Being safe is really a basic need, feeling that, you are safe in your home, that your parent is keeping you safe, that you aren't, there's not some big bad monster out to get you. So focusing on safety is a major, key for this. So we know that, children take their emotional cues from their parents' tone and their caregivers' tone and the way that the people that are around them, their family, their friends, talk about these things. They listen, they hear, they're very aware of what's going on as much as we, think they're not. So telling them you don't need to worry right now. Lots of amazing grown-ups are working hard to keep people healthy. Luckily, we already know a lot about how to keep healthy, right? So then third, emphasizing simple things our family can do to be germ busters for all types of germs that are out there. As Harvard's Dr. Richard Weisbord explains, kids and adults alike are more distressed when we feel helpless and passive, and more comfortable when we are taking action. So whatever you can have your kids do to try and be germ busters will help them to calm their own nerves. The hygiene routines that slow the spread of the COVID-19 are the same habits that keep us healthy all year round. So then this mom says a few days after this conversation, her kids' schools closed indefinitely, and so did sports practices, play dates, and a host of other routine outings. Like most of the nation, my family is staying home for a while, and this brought up new questions and worries for my kids. The three themes above still apply. So firstly being age-appropriate facts, correcting misinformation. Secondly being reassuring them that they are safe. And thirdly being taking action. So action steps that you can take to help prevent the spread in your own life and home. So new questions are the additional information, a new dimension you can add to what your family can do to be germ busters is by practicing social distancing. So the way that this mom explained it was, germs like to travel from person to person. Have you ever noticed how kids in your class sometimes get sick at the same time? If lots of people stay home for a while, it will be hard for the coronavirus germs to travel to new people. And that's good news for doctors and nurses who are helping people who get sick. A few hours later, she heard her 8-year-old re-explain this in this way to her kindergarten brother. This sickness isn't a big deal for you or for me, but we need to be germ busters so we can protect other people, like grandma and grandpa. This is how we help. So it's, it's a good way to teach your children. Children love to be able to be, like the hero or the savior or, the superhero. So making sure that they understand that it's their responsibility to keep other people safe can be a really big motivator for them to try and do what's asked of them. Of course, that doesn't mean that social distancing is going to be easy. And obviously, at this point in time, in the end of June, we're all pretty used to it. But, planning creative ways to stay in touch with family and friends, such as story time with different relatives over video chat each day. Making plans to just keep things active in the home as much as you can, and to see it as a time where the community pulled together to help others and had some fun along the way. And then really quick, here are 4 ways we can help young kids build germ-busting habits. So, washing your hands. Make it a family routine before every meal and snack to wash your hands. If you do it together, you can model for them how to use soap, how to rub your hands together and rinse. You can use, if you want to use a timer or slowly sing the ABCs together while you scrub. In Curious George, the man with the yellow hat has a cold, and he teaches George how germs can move from person to person, and that's important to wash, and that it's important to wash your hands and avoid sharing utensils. And then there's lots of other, kids mentors like Daniel the Tiger, who are germ busters, and you can look up different, resources like that to help your kids understand it from their perspective. Secondly, catch that cough. When kids cough or sneeze, they tend to do it right into their hands, and then they use those hands to touch everything in sight. So instead, we can teach our children to cough and sneeze into our elbows. Make it a game with your kids. If they can catch the cough in their elbow, in the beginning, cheer when they do, like, you caught it. That's what germ busters do. If they accidentally catch it in their hands, they can simply wash their hands with soap and water and start the game again. So with young children, any kind of game is really helpful. A challenge is always something that they want to, they want to win, they want to be victorious. So that's a good idea for keeping them mindful. Okay, third, rest is best. Daniel Tiger reminds us that when you're sick, rest is best. This is a good episode to show kids, and I can link she put the link here, I can add that to the chat, to show kids, and a great song to sing when they are feeling under the weather. Tell them when we're sick, we can stay home and rest our bodies. We can be germ busters by not spreading germs or going to school sick. And as parents, we can keep ourselves and our kids home if we have a fever or other symptoms. And lastly, practice healthy habits. Remind kids that sleep, exercise, and eating healthy foods are good, everyday ways to strengthen our bodies. We will all get sick sometimes. They have probably already had at least one cold this season, but we can be responsible germ busters when we practice hand washing, cough catching, resting, and basic healthy living. And if you're looking for more easy, helpful tools to practice healthy habits with your children, there's lots of different resources through PBS Kids, videos, games, and activities all about hand washing and staying healthy. So once again, I will be linking all of the different things I just discussed in the chat. If you have any questions, we'll be available to answer them. We can provide contact information and make sure that any questions you have can be answered. All right, everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on keeping on. Okay.
All right, thank you, Christine. So, just a reminder to everyone, we are going to be posting a link to a document that will list all of these links that we've gone over. And again, you can use this NESTco Facebook page to access the NESTco website. And as a reminder, NESTco is a coalition of different agencies that help service Philadelphians. So that includes city agencies, nonprofits, community umbrella agencies, churches, food banks. So it is a network of many different organizations that are helping to support Philadelphians, particularly those in the Northeast region of Philadelphia. So feel free to message us through Facebook. If you have any questions, if you need support with any specific resources, we have different administrators of the page that are in different organizations. So amongst all of us, we have access to getting you those resources. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we hope you will stay tuned to our future webinars. The next one, I believe, is July 7th. I'm hoping that's the correct day, but 2 Wednesdays from now. So in 2 weeks at noon, we'll be posting on our Facebook page how to access that and how to watch that webinar. All right. Have a great day. If you have any questions, continue to put it in the chat because we will be here and looking at those comments.